today on 15 on 15.
Carnival stakeholders cannot come to an agreement. Therefore, a new instated organization called SMOC will take over Carnival 2015. Plus, in our lifestyle segment, we will have all the tips for parents trying to potty train their child. And there are strong players representing Aruba in the beach tennis sport internationally. We meet one of them today. Thank you for joining us. I'm Yanto Liu. As the last quarter of the year rolls by, the opening of a new year represents Carnival is around the corner. Since there were several issues surrounding the entire event last year, policymakers, together with organizers of Carnival, are sitting down and meeting. During a Carnival meeting on Monday night with the Minister of Culture, Anwar Odwer, and the president of SAC, the official Carnival organization, both sides have concluded that they cannot work together. Therefore, a new organization called SMOC will be taking over the handlings of Carnival 2015. And moving forward, a revolutionized form of therapy is now circulating internationally, and it has landed in Aruba. A new group of people on the island are now certified to provide EFT and matrix RAM printing therapy practices. Emotional freedom techniques and matrix printing therapy looks to go to the root of the problem in order to heal patients. Psychologists, physiotherapists, and others from the hospital and those within the field on the island took part in courses that educates them on the EFT and matrix-based therapy sessions. According to those who believe in the practice, the island needs to continuously evolve in order to discover quicker healing times.
It's very important that we get new methods and techniques that can work more rapidly. And this is with these two methods, EFT and matrix, that it's so much faster that the problems are solved much faster. So we expect that in a few months the lists or the waiting lists will be put away because we are really on schedule. I think that's the most beautiful vision we have for Aruba.
She has witnessed how the EFT and matrix-based therapy practices work and sees this as a revolutionary step forward for the patients on the island who requires therapy sessions.
I have seen in our clients that all kinds of emotional problems, we have seen matrix re-imprinting going to the root of the problem, of the pain. And if you have pain in the body too, it gives two solutions. If it reduces the pain and emotional, you will be free about it.
Those who practice EFT and matrix say trauma carries on. In order to fully heal a patient, psychiatrists, psychologists, along with other therapy practitioners must go to the very root of where it all started. There are high divorce rates on the island, abuse cases, and many other existing social issues. This is where the new therapy system comes in.
Most of the time when, for example, a family is in a divorce problem, so the children will suffer this, so there will be problems at school or in behavior, and otherwise perhaps there are some addicts problems also in the family. It's not always because of one thing. So when they go to an organization for help, most of the time they need a lot of time to work on each of these areas of problems.
In other local news, over the weekend, the Latin American tourists, as well as the population living on the island, celebrated Dia la Raza, which means multiculturalism is the center of this fiesta. A shopping bazaar was held on Saturday for those who celebrate the day that centers around different ethnic groups. Stores in downtown Oranjestad were open until 8 p.m. for the special occasion. Many tourists and locals, mostly of Latin American descent, joined in on the fun. Dia la Raza is a Latin American holiday that celebrates different cultures. Since Aruba is a very multicultural island, it makes sense to pay respect to the day by organizing something in downtown for those familiar with the holiday. The actual day of Dia la Raza is October 12th, but the celebrations were on the weekend to accommodate the merchants in downtown. And on that note, we will be right back. Stay with us. Check out this mini espresso thermos after the break, where you can pump your own espresso for a midday boost. Thank you for staying tuned to 15 on 15. Parents out there know that potty training young children isn't easy. Here are some expert advice to help the process along. Pediatricians say when a child can tell whether or not he or she has to go potty, that is the telltale sign to start the potty training process. 18 to 24 months is the average age to start potty training. If the child seems to be drier for longer, that is also another sign of potty training time. It is suggested for parents to put their child on the potty every few hours, paying special attention to particular hours after they've eaten, because what goes in must come out. Experts say potty training is one of the most frustrating things parents go through. It puts children at a high risk for abuse because the process is so emotionally charged. So every parent should recognize that every child develops differently. Some will potty train early, some will do it later. Experts say if you see anxiousness on the face, put them on the potty, and remember, in case of accidents, friendly reaction from the parent is always encouraged. And moving forward to a different lifestyle topic, for those who are married out there, did you have a big wedding? You're probably wondering why I'm asking. Well, the single most surprising thing that predicts marriage stability is apparently this. Predictably, people who marry for looks or money don't have super stable marriages, but most interestingly, people with huge weddings stay married longer. This was determined in a new study. Maybe this is because having a large social circle means you have more support during the hard times, or maybe it's that people with large networks find it more embarrassing to get divorced. With that being said though, love, trust, and respect far outweighs the amount of bridesmaids or groomsmen you had in your wedding party. And people who need a refuel of caffeine in the middle of the day, listen to this. This hand-powered mini espresso machine can serve coffee anytime, anywhere. Take a look at this mini presser. This miniature espresso machine will make sure you stay caffeinated and alive no matter where you are. The mini presser is about the size of a small thermos. It can go in your bag, purse, or even briefcase. All you need to do is load the coffee grounds, throw some hot water in there, and pump your quality cup of espresso out with your bare hands. This beauty can be pre-ordered online for $40. For more information on the unique product, go to www.minipresso.com. Let's take a quick break. Here is what's coming up next. Tricks and tips to beach tennis coming up. Having a good condition is important in pretty much every sport. This is no exception when it comes to beach tennis. There are a handful of people from the island who has been traveling around the world to represent Aruba, playing in the highest, most competitive level in the sport. With one of the biggest sporting events set to take place at Eagle Beach come November, we spoke to one of the players representing Aruba to check in on the preparation process. Betsa Rasmain is born and raised in Aruba. Within the last year, she partnered up with Marika Boots, who is ranked as one of the top 20 best female players in the world. The two of them have been traveling constantly to bring Aruba's name higher up in the international ranking. When it comes to beach tennis, she says conditioning is everything.
This sport is all about condition. It's also about technique, but if you don't have the legs, you won't go anywhere. So that's what we're doing now, training conditions, a lot of running, and also the beach tennis, of course.
This past Saturday night at the Tropicana Beach Tennis Club, every court was full and the tension was high as money was on the line. Every month, Beach Tennis Aruba hosts a money tournament, but according to Betsa, it's not the money the players are after. These kinds of tournaments are just a good excuse to practice in a competitive spirit.
Well, this training the money tournament, since it's a small group of teams, it's not a lot of money, but basically we don't do it for the money. It's okay, but it's more for the training, preparing for all the tournaments we have internationally and also the big one coming up in November in Aruba.
Betsa works full-time, but she has recently signed on to commit to the sport and represents Aruba internationally. Besides for loving to play, she explains why it is worth sacrificing so much time and attention to beach tennis.
It's just the goal that you put in front of you and you just go for it. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, dedication, a lot of sweat, a lot of pain. But once you reach your goal, it's a satisfying feeling to be able to do that, and especially representing your country.
Now, there are many young men and women on the island who have plenty of potential to grow in the sport and to play competitively around the world to represent Aruba. Go to www.beachtennisaruba.com for more information on the weekly games at Tropicana Beach Tennis Club, as well as for the International Beach Tennis Tournament at Eagle Beach in November. That is all the time we have for now. Thanks for watching. We'll be back here on Wednesday night starting at 7:15 p.m. with all the latest in lifestyle topics and with all the latest on the island. We'll see you right here on Channel 15 ATV then.